need open heart surgery. So you go talk to a potential surgeon. If you have private health insurance, perhaps you can pick your surgeon. In the USA, you can do that. As they say about the healthcare system in America, it's the best healthcare system in the world for those who can afford it. So there you can pick your surgeon. If you're very wealthy, you just get recommendations. You even interview the surgeon, find out how much he knows and how many times you've done this operation. And, that's a sign of wealth and power. So you can just imagine yourself asking your potential open heart surgeon, what makes you think you're suitable for the job? And he says, I really care. Would that do it for you? No. What's your qualification? What's your track record? How many times you've done this operation? So the whole world is full of persons who want to love and care and help without qualification. That's the problem. So if you really love, if you really want to care, become qualified. Just like if you really want to save drowning people, train as a lifesaver. Otherwise it's just all talk. Sentiment. I really care, and I'm just going to sit at the edge of the pool and watch to see if someone drowns. Actually, if you don't know what you're doing, you can do more harm than good. You can be also dragged under, and you have two drowning persons. It happens often. Someone sees someone drowning, and even though that person is not an expert swimmer and has no life-saving knowledge, just out of sentiment, the person jumps in to try to save the drowning person, and they both drown. So we need to know exactly what we're doing. How to rescue someone completely from the grip of karma. That's real help. How to get them out of that whole ocean of repeated karma. Actions and reactions. Anything else? Yes.
What do the spiritual senses see?
Ooh, they see spiritual forms.
Which is what?
Which is what? Just like you see material forms made of matter, the spiritual eye can see spiritual form. It's more advanced to see spiritual form. You should first begin by hearing spiritual sound and tasting spiritual food. That's also experiencing. Why do we stress the eyes so much? We have other senses. Actually, the Bhakti yogis state, you first learn to see through your ears by hearing sound vibration of genuine knowledge. By hearing the Hare Krishna mantra, you're actually seeing. Another statement is, you see a saintly person, you see a sadhu, you see a genuine yogi through the ears, not with your eyes. Hearing is actually the most predominant sense. You're sleeping at night and your eyes are closed, but when you hear the alarm clock, you wake up. By hearing, you become educated what is a particular thing. You may look at it, but you don't know what it is. Just like if you take a university biology class and you're given a microscope to look through. Unless you're trained, you won't recognize what you're looking at. You have to hear. This is what you're seeing. So hearing is more important. And tasting is very important. So the kind of food that we serve here is not ordinary food. We will not go through so much endeavor just to give you ordinary food. The food we serve here, should I tell you the secrets? Reveal to you the trade secrets of the food we serve here. The food we serve here has embedded intentions. Embedded intentions, that means that the conscious intention of the cook is injected into the food. Because actually, you are what you eat. You've heard that before. And the consciousness of the cook goes into the food. So when you're eating the food, you're actually sampling the consciousness of the cook. So that's why we make sure that our cooking staff here is on a high level of consciousness, so that you will be infected with the highest level of pure consciousness. And that's what you're actually tasting in the food. So many people say when they eat here, I don't know, there's just something special about the food. I just can't figure it out. I looked at what I eat here and I tried to duplicate it at home. It just didn't taste the same. Sometimes when I'm walking past tables, I even hear persons commenting, what do you think? What's about the food? It must be that mantra. So yes, this food has embedded intentions. The cooks are projecting, elevating consciousness, purifying consciousness. They're projecting connection to Krishna into the food. So much so that when you taste the food, you become inspired in your spiritual development. Because the food we serve here satisfies not only the body, but also satisfies your core being. You feel peaceful. You notice after you eat here? You feel peaceful. You feel like free of ordinary desires. You feel like the core of your being has been amply nourished. So that tasting is also an essential part of the bhakti process. And gradually, by hearing, by tasting, your sense of eyesight will develop and you'll be able to recognize spiritual form.
So that an unqualified person is unable to love. Well, then can you explain?
Have you tried?
Well, can you explain what love is?
Real love can only be defined in relation between two spiritual entities. Real love cannot actually be defined between the one liquid beauty bucket and the other liquid beauty bucket. How's that?
Well, that's what love isn't, then what is love?
As I said, real love is generated in the relationship between eternal entities. Specifically, between the individual particle of spiritual consciousness and the supreme consciousness. Between the part and the whole. So how do you deal with other parts of the complete whole? You have to go through the complete whole. You can't just grab some part independently. I got you, you're mine, I love you. Try that? You squeeze and you squeeze and you squeeze. You tell her I love you till you're blue in the face. But you just don't seem to actually connect. You notice that? There's always this feeling of emptiness. There's always this feeling that something's missing. Because there is. You have to treat each living entity for what they are. They're part of the supreme reality. They're part of Krishna. So by focusing on Krishna, that's the one switch that turns on all the lights. How many persons can you love separately from the complete whole? You ever tried? How many persons? Maybe your mother, your father, your brother, your girlfriend at the moment, and maybe your best friend. How many? Probably no more than, at the very most, 10 persons out of the 7 billion human beings on this planet. And what about other species of life? Why can't we love them? When people see a nice cuddly poodle or other type of pet dog, oh, how cute. And when they see a lamb, when they see a calf, oh, very tasty. People are horrified to think of killing dogs and eating them. But killing calves and killing lambs, no problem, no problem. They're happy to be killed. So, the yogi wants to love all living entities. That can be done simply by the art of loving Krishna. Turn on the one switch that makes all the lights go on. But if you try to love some creatures independently, very few. Like I said, your mother, your father, your brothers, your girlfriend, maybe your grandmother, maybe you have a pet dog or a hamster or some goldfish or something. Maybe besides your girlfriend, you got some other, just supply some variety, Still, not more than 10 persons. So that's the problem in the world. No one knows how to love everyone and everything. But the real yoga system will teach you that. All right. Speaking of chanting Hare Krishna, we shall do a bit of that now. Thank you very much.